What is up, guys? This is our Striking again. Today I'm going to be doing a weapon build instead of a Warframe build, finally. Today I'm going to be doing the Soma Prime Red Crit Damage build. Now, as always, there's one big feature, and that is Argon Scope. I know it costs a lot of platinum, so you don't necessarily have to have it. You will do less crit damage without it. If you don't have Argon Scope, you can swap it with, let's see here. Well, nothing. You can throw on something else with Argon Scope. In my opinion, I would actually throw down either a elemental mod rather than a slash damage mod. So if you don't have Argon Scope, throw on, just anything that you pretty much want. Obviously, I can't fit anything else on there because I've already polarized this thing 4 times, and there's no need to go over what I don't need. But what you're going to need is you're going to need Serration, Heavy Caliber, Split Chamber, Vital Sense, and then Point Strike. Now, your elemental mods, they vary, so it kind of depends on who you're playing. So if I have Blast, then obviously I'll be doing Infested, and then I have Radiation, Gas, Viral, a whole bunch of others, and you can swap out the Hellfire and the Cryo rounds for pretty much any other elemental to get some type of different combination. So instead of Blast, I can swap to Gas, or I can swap to Radiation for void missions, which I normally do. Now, the big thing with Argon Scope is on headshots, 135% critical chance while aiming for 9 seconds. So you have to be aiming the gun, and you have to shoot him in the head. Now you're thinking, I'm not very good at headshots. Well, neither am I. I'm more of a pray and spray type of person, just because, it's just easier. It just is. So Heavy Caliber, you get a negative 55% on accuracy, which, yeah, that seems like a lot. You're like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to hit anything. The Soma Prime, when it shoots in a specific direction, it shoots so close net without Heavy Caliber or any type of negative effects on your accuracy that as long as you shoot towards the torso or the shoulders, one of those stray bullets is going to hit the head, which makes Argon Scope amazing, especially with the Soma Prime. Now, as you can see, I have a 75% critical chance percentage. Now, anything over 100% is going to determine whether or not it's red crit damage or not. So if you have over 100%, especially on your Amperex, and I will show that build shortly after this, so keep an eye out for that one, you're going to be doing red critical damage over 100%. So Argon Scope is pushing you from 75 to 135 extra crit chance, which means you're going to be doing red crit damage on Soma Prime. So since Soma is such an amazing weapon already, they just made this an in-game weapon. And I'm not saying like, oh, this is so cool, I'm going to be able to kill, such and such, no problem. I'm saying up to 120 leveled enemies, with the only downside being you losing ammo. Now, I have a buddy who hates this build for one reason and one reason only. He can't shoot the weapons very well. He likes to rely on abilities. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not dissing him in any way. But what I am saying is the more you practice on shooting a weapon, the better you get at it. And as long as you're not just holding down that trigger and you're using it more like a Bratton, where it's kind of like a burst shot. So let's go ahead and shoot this wall real quick. I mean, as you can see, you're so close knit anyways, but you see those strays that go a little bit up?
If we can avoid alerting them, this might be easier.
I'm shooting like right here where the dot is, like right on that, but I have like all of this radius. So if you're shooting even fairly close to an enemy, you're going to be hitting their head. Now, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now, if you're going directly for hoping that you're going to get like red crit damage right off the bat, you're not. You actually needs to go up to the point where, oh, well, would you look at that? They just knocked down my Soma. Alright, so I'm going to shoot towards the head here, shoot towards the head here, and immediately I'm already hitting red crit damage. We got them all the way from one end of the map to the other in this specific mission. As long as I can shoot fairly close. I was hoping to get a little bit of red. But you will, don't worry. The more you shoot, especially if you're on a T1 to T4 like defense mission in the void, I mean that the length from the cryopod to that exit, you're going to be able to shoot that entire way and then start hitting red crit damage. So I would actually shoot from where the cryopod is all the way through that rotating door. And if I just shoot in the general direction, I'm going to be hitting red crit damage no problem. Now, obviously on orbs, you're not going to hit any red crit damage. But if you can hit, close enough to like their shoulders, their head, you're going to be doing red crit damage. And once that 9 seconds goes away, as you can see, it will go away on the top right hand corner where my health is. So once you get that 9 seconds, as long as you can continuously shoot someone, you're going to keep that red crit pretty much going. Now obviously we're playing just level 35 enemies, which really is nothing with this build. I mean, even without the Argon scope, but you are going to see that red crit damage just spawn. So the more enemies I end up encountering, the longer that's going to last. So you see how it respawned? I got the 8 seconds, 7 seconds, enemy will show up, 3, 5, and then back up to 9, because all you need is that one bullet that hits it. So that's pretty much the build. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this because there's no point in me showing you anymore or finishing a mission to where I don't need to. But as you can see, I love the Soma already. I got it when the Prime Access came out with the Nova Prime. Like the day of, I'm like, oh my god, like I just started playing Warframe, I did my research, I read stuff on Wikipedia, I'm like, who would I want a Prime version of immediately? Nova and the Soma were my top 2 picks. And the Soma has never let me down, and then the Argon Scope just makes it so much better. Now I know people are asking 300 platinum for it in the trading. You don't need to pay that. What you can do is I've been able to negotiate with people down to around 150. Yes, that's still a lot of platinum, especially for new players, or if you end up spending money and you paying for platinum, yeah, it's still a lot. But if you're looking for a weapon that's going to last you for pretty much anything, the Soma works amazing for Grineer, Corpus, and Infested. By far one of my favorites. Now, it doesn't do the best damage to all of these. There are a few Eximus enemies that you're going to have a little bit of trouble with. And then when you get up to, level 80 to 80 plus, up into like the high hundreds of enemies, you're going to be losing ammunition. So make sure you have those team ammo restore pads just for the Soma Prime. So don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know. But this Soma build is the best build for weapons. I would consider it in my top 5, probably my number 1 or number 2 weapon that I like to bring at all times, no matter what the mission is. Alright guys, peace out.